In this video, we're going over the best Linux distribution for 2020. Now, I always say distribution doesn't matter, so what is the best? And the best is simply the one that suits your needs. So we're going to the extreme in this video, and we're just basically customizing it from the start to the finish. We're going to go from the base install a basic desktop environment on top of the distribution, which would be Arch, which we're going to use, and then go into the actual desktop environment, which is going to be ugly as sin. We're going to use Lxde, which is the lightest weight desktop environment, runs at about 120 megs fully loaded, and then go from that, customize it, put a window manager, and then really start tinkering and just get everything in there to where we can game, we can do all the productivity things, everything I've been talking about in past videos. I wanted to go ahead and do. So I actually did an entire live stream over this. So I chopped up that 2.5 hour live stream. If you want to see the full live stream, you can. I'll put a link in the description. But for this video, I went ahead and just got all the important parts. Also, the Archify script, I kind of breeze over, and I made a separate video a couple months back about that. So I'll also put the link in that description for that as well. So lots to do in this video because we're going all the way from the start to the end, so let's get into it. This video is brought to you by UpCloud, the world's fastest cloud servers for the most business-critical customers. Their in-house developed Max IOPS storage technology allows faster than SSD speeds, delivering up to 100K IOPS read and write. Sign up using the link in the description below to receive a $25 credit. All right, Titus Linux is up and going. Let's go full screen with this guy. First things first, on an Arch install, I like to, let me go over to my menu here. I do like to grab, I made a little script for this, update the mirrors, because the mirrors out of the gate on Arch kind of suck. I get like 300K, which is no bueno. This whole project kind of sucks. I don't even use it anymore, but this file itself, I do use quite often. Pacman S, let's just grab Git. Ooh, Pacman SY. Grab our databases and then grab Git. We'll just clone that. Grab us some Git. All right, so we got Git. Now we'll just clone us some github.com Chris Titus Tech. There we go. Archmatic chmod plus a plus x 0, and then we'll just run that. Yeah, so this just grabs like the contrib package for the basic installer and then updates all my mirrors. So we'll do a cat of the mirrors after this, and you can see it should only be like 5 US-based mirrors. It should cull the server. So then when you're doing the updates and grabbing everything, it should be a lot faster. All right, so if we do a cat etc pacman d mirror list, you'll see all these mirrors. Those are all pretty darn local. Like Rackspace is Dallas Fort Worth. That's where I'm at. So this is it just basically redid all my mirrors for the Arch install. So we're not sitting here like waiting for downloads forever. So now with that done, I'm still using Archify scripts because it's just so good, so stinking simple. Archify. All right, so then let's go ahead and set all this up. And let's go LTS. So here's the first instance of like the change. I like Arch LTS just because it's a little more stable. Doesn't change as much. Yeah, this is Arch LTS, man. So this is like my optimal distro that once you get it set up, I think would be better for pretty much 99% of the population. This is the best Linux distro. Clickbait. But yeah, no, for real, I do love this configuration. This is my favorite. everyone's always asking, what D is this? What distro is this? And I'm like, it's kind of like a hodgepodge of stuff. So I wanted to make this video / live stream just to say, hey, this is all of what I use, and this is how I use it. So, all right, we'll go ahead and install firmware, sure. So yeah, this is the reason why I do those mirror at the very beginning, just so we can get decent transfer rates on actual firmware, Linux firmware. Such a pain. All right, we're gonna call this best distro ever. Keyboard layout, we already said US, but we'll go ahead and do that. Locale generation. All right, install Grub. Let's do that. So we're going to enable the DHCP. So we're going through, we've set the name, we've generated fstab, just done some of the basic stuff. And if you want like an in-depth description, I made a video going over ArchFi. That's why I'm just kind of flying through this without explaining, just because this is pretty straightforward. Now I will deviate a little bit from that earlier video on ArchFi, and I'll go into that here in a minute. All right, we need Pacman contrib, and I always like using yay for AUR. This is it does take a little bit longer to download because it downloads the Go language and then yay, but it's a really good AUR installer. Trizen's also kind of cool. I like Trizen's colors a little bit better. Oh, gotta have NeoFetch down there. And I'm just going through getting generic packages now, and going through like the file compression, all those types of things. So I'll fly through this as, again, I made a video about ArchFi. We've already done the kernel. Services. Nothing here really. Let's switch to Net Manager. I love Net Manager. Network Manager. Yes, Merry Christmas to everybody. All right, just flying through. This actually kind of sets up all the services that start when you launch into your Arch. So that's what I was doing there. File system utilities. Typically, you want CIFS to interface with Windows clients, and SSH client. Yes, and then usually GVFS is also needed to interface with something. Some of my file shares, I think, need GVFS, so it's one thing I actually grab as well. So this will make it to where we can connect up to pretty much all of our systems, all our shares throughout Windows, just generic shares as well. My Synology box, FreeNAS, all that. File system. Oh, it just came from file system. Sound. Let's grab some sound, right? We want some sound. Let's grab ALSA and Pulse. The one thing this didn't grab, if you're looking at the packages, that I would have probably wanted is Pavu Control. I love Pavu Control. It's just not in there. And honestly, we're not going to print anything, so I don't want to install cups. All right, GPUs. This is just a standard. We'll just grab just the server, just standard Xorg packages. That'll be able to display rendered stuff on there. Fonts, grab our standard font packages. There's one more font package I'll grab after this. I do the basic font package, and then I also grab the Microsoft fonts through AUR. And, I also like to grab the Google fonts like Roboto and those as well. We'll do that after we get on desktop though. But we'll grab those fonts, because those are fantastic fonts, font package as well. All right, so the first big option here in the ArchFi install where we're going to change, and I'm going to do something that I've never done before on stream or in a video. And we're going to install Lxde Gt K3. This right here is a lightweight. Reason why I'm picking it for the base is because it doesn't have any settings. There's no settings daemon that needs to launch with Mate, Gnome, KDE. All these require a settings daemon, and if you launch that with what we're going to be using, it causes all kinds of shenanigans, which we saw in a past stream. So We're going to go GTK3 here. All this looks really good. And we could do PC Man FM. Nah, you know what? Let's leave it on there. Let's leave it on there. There's no harm in having an extra file manager. LXQT is a better option, you say, Dukas. Well, we're not sticking on this. We're using it as a base. So this desktop environment we installed is just going to be the base. We're going to be in it for a hot minute, and then it's going to be gone. So, coming up. So, let's go over. And we're going to change all this, actually. And what we're going to do... I just messed that up, didn't I? Yes. Failed because LXDM already exists. We'll fix that here in a bit. Applications, Office, Internet. You could fix up some, like your web browser, pick your poison in here. You got Chromium, you got Opera, you got Midori, which we're going to pick Midori just because nobody knows about Midori. And it just sounds cool. It rolls off the tongue. Midori. I'd install Firefox just to have everybody pass out, but Midori is just kind of a lightweight one. I like it. It's 30 megs in size. Dukas, we're making the best Linux distribution in the world today for 2020. I want everyone to know about this. It's just a great distribution, and it doesn't even exist. We're just building it all out. So multimedia, let's see what we got. You know what, I'm not gonna mess with all this, but you could install your graphics and dev. Let's go ahead and grab, let's go VS Code. You know what, let's make everyone rage. Let's install VS Code, Microsoft Defender, and Microsoft Teams here at the end. Recommended to choose one. Nope, not happening. I don't like to update in the GUI. I got burned once on that, so I don't update in the GUI ever. I'll always use Terminal or TTY, but I won't ever use a graphic updater. All right, Bash. Let's use nano aliases. I'd like to change this up a little bit. Let's just use... we'll use that. All right, PS1. I'm gonna go with a minimal. Yeah, that was good. Firewall. You know what? I'm not even gonna bother with firewall. Accounts, users, add user. Titus. Let's do the. And we'll go back. Add him as a sudoer. And system D, let's go ahead and do some time and date. Enable that guy, and let's fix NTP. We'll go ahead and do fallback, but we'll do US, since I'm in the United States, pool.ntp.org. And that's good. And xorg generate. Oh. Grab US here at the end. Ignore. Alright, set our key map. Not supported, whatever. Probably don't even need it. And we already built Grub. Yeah. OpenBox instead of LXDE. The only reason I did LXDE is there's a couple settings I like to use, like LX appearance and other things. And LXDE is only like 100 megs. It's so stinking light that it's just worth it. It's just worth it. Alright, we're looking good. I think we can go ahead and reboot here, guys. Let's see what we get. So we've set up the system, LXDE by default. Everything's pretty solid here. Now we're gonna just kind of pimp out this base distro. So all this is a vanilla Arch, you know, install with LXDE on it. So nothing too crazy here. Very, very simple. But now we're gonna make it look good. So we got this wonderful Lxde by default. So first we're going to go ahead and run through some of the stuff here. We'll go ahead and pull up Midori. And this is just like a very basic browser, but I like it just because I can do a lot with it. All right, so let's set this up. We'll get all our dependencies going. So we got all this. There's a couple more I'm going to grab, and I'm going to probably omit some of this as well, just based on personal experience. Again, use what you like. The best distro ever. So let's go ahead. Start out with Terminator, because you guys can't see this probably all that well, so we're going to have to do some Terminator action. We're just going to have a lot going on the screen. So first, let's grab Awesome. It's a dependency. Ooh, man, that's a lot. I don't think this actually helped at all. Making it so big. All right, Rofi and Compton is next. Let's grab Rofi and Compton. That font's too big. Monospace is great though. I love it. All right, and then we need i3 lock. I need to edit this to be... I'm going to edit this after we're done here and edit some of this README to be more Arch-based. And Xclip we're not going to use. I'll use Flameshot. Flameshot for my screen, or actually my screenshotting for videos and stuff. I always use Flameshot. All right, and we'll use Gnome Keyring. This is actually the package name. It's not, there's no daemon on it, so yeah, fun fact. And then we need the styles. We're going to do all the optionals as well, as some of these. X backlight for my laptop was really important when I got to that. And Qt5 styles plugins. I think this one actually is a little weird. Qt5 styles. Oh, I was putting styles. There's a plural. Blah. Of course, it's always some little typo. So we've gotten that done, that done, that done, that done. We're not going to use Xclip. Rubato. Blah. Rubato is what we need. We're going to select this font. TTF Rubato. Yeah, we'll just install that. Yeah, it's based off of Arch. We started with Arch, Lxde, and then we're going to make this look good. Let's look at our HTOP real fast, just to see where we start. This is where we start. 250 megs. That's M for megabytes of memory usage. So, yeah, this is going to be very lightweight. Oh, I'll go back in and fix this formatting to be code-based. But we should be able to come into here. Paste this in. And this should install the Papyrus theme. We got Papyrus installed. We're looking good. How we doing on our thing? LX Appearance is already installed. KDA Spectacles, a screenshot utility that I don't use either. And X backlights for laptops. I don't really even need that. So, I think we're good. So let's clone our config. And put this on here. Cloned our configuration. Set our themes, which we'll do. We'll just pull up. Now, I've had some issue with this. Let's see. Preferences, customize look and feel. Yeah, we'll set our theme when we get in. Now let's go ahead. Drop this into etc environment. etc environment. Yeah, there we go. And drop that into there. So we got uniformity when we set our icon theme and stuff. What else we got? Read the documentation. We don't need that. All right, let's give this a reboot and see what we get. So we got the base install here. Let's grab Xclip. And then let's change our display manager. You guys saw how ugly that was. we want it to all look nice. So we already have LightDM installed. Let's go system, and we're going to disable LXDM. That's our LX display manager. And then we're going to do system control enable LightDM. And then let's install a different greeter, because LightDM's not beautiful out of the box either. LightDM slick greeter, I believe. Let's go nano etc LightDM, lightdm.conf, and we're going to go ahead and grab slick greeter. Should be under seat in here. Here we go. Greeter session. And we'll just take this, put LightDM slick greeter. That should get us going. We wanted appearance. Let's fix our appearance. All right, so we're gonna do Metiria Dark Compact. That's my favorite color. Leave the same. This right here, Papyrus Light, gives it that cool look. Mouse. Oh dang! I wanted a mouse filter. That's good. See how I have the white mouse filter on this one? Well, so with this, we changed the look and feel. We have all that going. And now let's launch into PC Man. So here's PC Man FM. You can see that. Let's go ahead and eject that. We don't need it anymore. But let's go ahead and kind of showcase some of the different file managers. Let's install Nautilus. Nautilus. I'm trolling you guys now. So, we got this going. We'll just go Nautilus. And this is the Nautilus look and feel. Alright, so need to install multilib. I thought when you install Lutris it enabled multilib, but let's go into cd etc pacman. Oh. Actually, we need a sudo nano pacman.conf, I believe. And scroll down to multilib. Where are you at, multilib? We don't want testing. We'll just go regular multilib, write that out. Then we'll do an SYU. Then Steam will be there. I was like, no, Steam's got to be there. Yeah, it is. Alright, now we should have Steam. Yay! Important. Remember multilib, kids. As far as this right here, though, like the whole purpose of today's live stream was just kind of getting in here, installing the perfect distro, getting all this set up, and let's see what is our HTOP at right now. Yeah, so by doing the LXDE as the base, with all this in here, it's at 289 megs of memory used. That's pretty stinking small. But this is what I would use day in and day out for most of my distro. Building the perfect distro in 2020, I would use Arch as my base because you can install pretty much anything in Arch. You can install almost everything through the AUR packages, whether it's on RPM or a deb package. But other than that, I mean, this is a really good setup. I love this setup. There's almost nothing I would change about it. It's fantastic. So that's my ideal of what I think is the best distro, which obviously starting out, you guys remember how ugly that was, but now we can just end our work session, restart, and you'll see on startup you got that nice sleek interface for the starting up, and it looks good. There's a nice little slick greeter that we have. I might change up the slick greeter a bit, add like a background. Yeah, all right, so I'm going to shut this VM down. I just kind of wanted to do this just to kind of showcase that to make the best distribution really requires you to get in here, install all the components that you want and need, whether it's a file manager, display manager, and once you do and you figure out what is best, what works for you, it makes Linux. It's awesome. So whether it's Ubuntu, whether it's Arch, whether it's Fedora, whatever it might be, when you really start to customize and get this far in, God, it just becomes so awesome. Like, you can't even imagine going back to a stock distribution anymore. I sure as hell can't. I'm over stock distributions now. Even stock desktop environments I barely can do. And that is the best distribution for 2020. There's things in this video you're not going to like, so take that out. Change it. Figure out what works best for you, and then put it in. This can be customized to however you use your computer. That's the beauty of this, and that's the beauty of Linux. I always am preaching distributions don't matter, and I mean it. It only matters because it's a starting point, but past that, most distributions, I hate the stock configuration. I just want to beat that into everyone's head because so many people are like, oh, well, distributions matter, Titus. Without a distribution, you wouldn't. I'm like, don't take it so literal. This is just a starting point. So I just wanted to say that in this video. And let me know your thoughts down in the comments section. And as always, thank you to all my patrons. Without you, I couldn't make videos like this one. And I'll see you in the next one.